Yo, smooth young brother finna let 'em know. Bump me in your drum, I blow your stereo. I should get a show like I'm Arsenio. And after every sentence I say get me though. But they don't get me though. I see them when I'm out, but I don't bail them though. I'm busy trying to find out where my brethrens go. Been losing friends just like I've been losing pens. Only difference is my pens always right before they tend to go. I was out here waving and shit, going crazy with the hate. They feel away when I spit. Go pretend you're balling, fill your table with drinks. I don't care if you're in, I'm still taking the piss, shit. I'm Jodeci at the VMAs in my leather sweater. And they can't take me out my seat, I tell them never ever. Never, forever ever, forever ever. Man, I don't see him, man, don't hear him like I'm Helen Keller. My tunes banging like use flag in the bandana. Real with it, still dishing now they pampana. Fam man are trying to get up out the damn manor. But still they wanna kill a nigga when a man's Hannah. I'm fed up, got me listening to fella. I'm with the vet, I tell her lift a leg up. Catch me in the party with my pops, he got a bottle full of Stella. I had all the aunties on me, bust a shocky in the center. See their heads shaking, they be waiting for the metaphor. It's no more, baby, sorry I was menopause. Your clicks never air, full of squares like a checkerboard. But if you try to check me for my check, I have to check a boy. They don't really know knocks, risen and I've grown up. I've been on some different shit since when I had a low cut. Now they wanna roll and say they bro, but they bogus. But sure enough, I'm with Lola in the rover.
I know you from music.
Yeah, most people would know me from music.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm a multi-talented, creative.
What does that mean?
Well, that means like I'm a creative. Creative meaning art meaning music, and even down to like fashion, down to art itself, as in painting, video directing. It's just a creative which is under the art umbrella, if you get what I mean. So yeah, that's me.
And we are here in the studio where you are based. We are in what's this area classed as?
This area is classed as Haringey. It's North London.
Is this where you're from originally?
Yeah, I'm from North London.
So you're a North London boy?
Yeah.
Always have been? No, not
Yeah.
always.
Yeah, no, I've lived all over the place, but I grew in like North London. That's where I just settled and learned what I mostly know about now, and obviously what my whole music and like experiences and what I've been through and what I talk about in my music is from the whole North London experience that I've been through growing up in North London. So yeah.
And art came in when?
Art has always been in me, but I started taking it serious from like, I'd say about 5 years ago. But I was doing it in school when I left school like 12 years ago. So
now we're talking about painting.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say art, we're talking about what you would call pop art. Mm-hmm. But your take on it, you would call it
Wizzy Wow art. Yeah.
And this is what you're, and so you have a real following on Snapchat, and this is what people are really kind of engaging with.
Yeah. So, well, basically on my Snapchat, what I do the whole process from scratch. I put up the canvas, I put up from when I start drawing it in with a pencil, and then started putting down one layer of paint, another layer of paint, and then the shading and all that stuff, and then the outline. So basically it takes hours, innit, to actually complete a painting. So I'll just run through the whole process through my Snapchat and just let people see. Some people are like, right, do you actually paint it, or how did you do it? So for me to answer is just to show through my Snap. So,
and how often do you do it? How it's not daily? Are you painting daily?
No, not daily. I go crazy, man. I need I need to rest. I need to recharge and all that stuff. So I don't know. It's when I'm actually in the mood to paint, because I only do things when I'm in the mood to do it. So yeah. So we
were just having a conversation about recharging, about what everyone does to recharge. What do you do to recharge?
Rest, take holidays.
What's a holiday?
Yeah. I just come back from LA.
Yeah.
So
now you're just boasting.
No, I'm not boasting.
Were you working?
Yeah, it was work / like holiday and all that stuff. So Yeah, so I went there. Before that, I went to Cannes, and then I went to Barcelona. So when I go away to do work, I also take a few days out to actually take in the country and the culture and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I'll just go crazy, just working 24/7. I believe you need to like rest once in a while to recharge and all that stuff. You need just need to stop and just take in everything, and then once you've taken everything in, you just go back into work, and then through you taking everything in, it's just experiences, and now you've got things to talk about, and what you've taken in has like put different like vibes and experiences and moods and emotions in it. So I believe as a creative, it's good to just take stuff in and rest once in a while, because otherwise your body's just gonna shut down. You start fainting for no reasons, having blackouts and all that shit.
You know what? There's one thing that I've really been curious about, because everyone's different and everyone's got. But what you just talked about is something that's quite common. How we need to experience different things in order to sort of fuel our outlets. So when it comes to music, like in terms of the cycle, the life cycle of something that you're working on, at what point in that recording stage are you finished funneling everything in and then you're just refining? Are you able to actually turn that tap off and be like, I'm not going to put anything more into this, I'm just going to leave it as it is, and I'm just going to refine it? Like, how does that work? And does it work differently with painting?
It's basically the same. It's basically the same, but sometimes you find that you're never actually done with what you're doing. So basically what you do is like, okay, me being a producer, I'd make a beat, I'd put down the drums, I'd put down melodies, and I'd put this down until I can't put anything else down. And to me, it'll be done. And then someone like maybe like Prince will come in and say, like, I reckon it'll sound sick with this on it or with that on it. You get what I'm saying? And then
Say hi.
so it's just like, yeah, and then to Prince will be done, and then the vocalist will come and be like, I reckon we could add something like this in, or they could put something down, and I could be like, yeah, we could add that. And then even when the song is done, someone might want to do a remix. And then so it's never really done. And then once that remix is out, and then decades later, someone else might want to sample it. It's like now people are still sampling like Michael Jackson and Temptations and all that stuff. So a song is not really completed, if you get what I mean.
It's like it's almost like it's just continuous. Even though it finishes its life in the studio, it's then got its life somewhere else.
Yeah, it carries on. It carries on. It's long live. When it's good, it's long live. That's why like I call myself Long Live Wizzy Wow, because once I'm gone, I still want to live it. I still want to be like Tupac and all that stuff. You know, still talked about 20 years and, you know.
I mean, everyone right now is talking about legacy and about the long game. And I know even in entrepreneurial circles, people are following people who are talking about the long game. And it's about, again, we were having this conversation just before you got here about not just working hard or smart. It's not either or, it's both. And it's about doing something to leave something. So what is it that you would want to leave?
I want to leave my creativity. Like I want to leave all these art pieces. That's why I'm just doing as much as I can, and you know, whenever I get in that field, I make sure that I get creative with it and leave it. Like I'm not coming here just to do whatever I'm doing, and then once I'm gone, it's just there's no value to it. There's no ownership or anything like that. Me doing all this stuff is for me to come here and have ownership, and then, you know what I mean, it's something for people to talk about or for people to help people, you know what I mean, like emotionally or whatever and all that stuff. I'm here to affect people in a positive way, obviously, with my art. And once I'm gone, like I want people to still feel like, you know what, I'm going through this and that, and then be like, but if I listen to this of Wizzy's, I'll feel better. Or they'll may have purchased a art piece of me and then, you know, feel such a way, and then look at the art piece and then just feel relieved and more relaxed or whatever. And obviously to leave it for my kids and all that, kids and grandkids and all that stuff. So I'm not really selfish. Like I'm doing it for my family also. So you know what I mean, and for generations and all that, and just to help. You know what I mean. So I'm not just coming here and just visiting and then bouncing, like when leaving nothing. So
You said something about value, and it's like, what do we deem as valuable? And nowadays, what do people regard as valuable? What kind of value are we looking to create and leave behind? And it's changing a lot in terms of how people see value. How do you see it, and how do you see it changing?
Your name, your surname. It's just like wherever you put your name on, whatever you own, that's the value of it. You know what I mean? It's just like now, it's like I do a painting, and whatever my name does, and how much success I do gain, whatever I own on this earth, the value goes up. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like I think it's about name, it's about owning stuff. Like it's about when you die, and then what stays here, it still means something. You know what I mean? People see value in things like cars and all that stuff. There's a newer plate every year of a car, and the value goes down. So you get what I mean? So it's just like when you buy a house, buy it outright, out mortgage, and it's your name. It's just that it goes up. Things around the house gets built, so now that house becomes more money. So the value on your house is going up. Your house meaning your name because you put your name on it. So I just feel it's about your name. It's about what you can own and slap your name on it. You get what I mean? So
How much do you feel like all the kind of practical matters interfere with the sort of creative energy that you have going on every day? Like, how are you able to sort of balance that out?
what with all the other nonsense that's going on?
You could talk about nonsense, or you could talk about, for instance, even the business side of things. You have a new single coming out.
Yeah, Cans. Yeah. I got a wavy song coming out with
Yeah.
Nux.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited to drop that because people have been waiting on me to drop something ever since I dropped Gucci, which was my first just warm up song that I dropped earlier this year.
So when it comes to like managing the music side of things and putting that out, how much of that do you feel actually interferes with the whole creative process?
I got a good team, so I just create. The others do what they do, whatever their role is. Like Mitesh does the running around, the online stuff, emails and all that stuff, and my business partner does the business side of things. So every other like day in a week, we'll just meet up and be like, yeah, what's the update? And I'll be like, so such and such, such and such, and then I'll put my input. Everyone else will put their input in, and then everyone parts ways and do what they need to do. And for me, it's just to create. So I think I'm blessed in that sense that I've got a great team around me. So
How did you even get to the point where you were able to assemble this team around you?
it came naturally, man. It came naturally. Like it just like we all needed each other in a way, if you get what I mean. And when you need something and you come across what you need, you really appreciate it and try and hold on to it for as long as possible. You know what I mean? And with needing someone, obviously you're gonna have full loyalty and support to that person, and if they need you, it's vice versa. You know what I mean? So it's just like then you just become a team that's just never gonna come apart. Meaning by what I mean by coming apart is like even in rough times you're still clicking and knowing like, yo, this is just a rough time. We're gonna get through it. Like,
What gets you guys through it?
it's just the vision, knowing that we can reach the vision with hard work and great communication. So it's just that keeps us going.
Sounds like a marriage.
Hey.
But the vision, where does that come from? Does that come from, like, is it shared, or is it coming from you, or is it something that's coming from somewhere else and you guys are kind of not jumping on it in a way that you're sort of jumping on the bandwagon, but how much of all of that kind of influence kind of intersects into your vision? Like, where does all of that come from? Do you question it sometimes?
What about the vision?
Yeah, like, how sometimes we can be told what we should be aspiring to, or what we deem as valuable right now, kind of thing. So how much of your vision, like, how much changes? Does it always stay the same? Has it stayed the same?
No. It gets bigger and bigger. Like it's you gotta think bigger in it, because when you have a vision and you reach that vision, you can't just be settled and thinking, right, this is it. you now got to create something else, something bigger. You always got to think something bigger. Now, my vision is obviously the art and the music, but it's also to be great and create something positive, something that can help, and something bigger than what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? And that's what everyone else around me is about. It's about greatness. Everyone's about greatness, about doing things way bigger than the music thing and helping out and for the greater good. And because obviously right now what's going on is not exactly the greatest of, you know what I mean? Like me, not to be disrespectful in any sense, but it's just a lot of the music that's out there, like I don't really feel. You get what I'm saying? And I don't feel. Sometimes I just feel to myself like, why do I have to go back in the past to enjoy music and or listen to someone from another country? I'd rather just get up and just listen to like people that I've helped or people around the corner or whatever. Like obviously being in other countries and all that stuff, like they bring up like a lot of the US acts. They know a lot of US people and they don't really mention UK people. So I just feel like, right, I live in the UK, so how can I help?
So what's your biggest criticism of music right now then?
Criticism.
Yeah.
What I think about it.
Yeah, like was it not doing what's not right? Go for it.
Right now, it is what it is, but yeah, I just think there's loads of great musicians, and I feel like the big corporates like labels and all that stuff, they're just a business. They just go behind what's hot. So all the people making good music and all that stuff, they get overshadowed until it becomes their turn, kind of thing. So I just feel like a lot of people that's got power in like got a lot of power just needs to like, you know, help out with the actual good musicians and just like stop being um goats and be wolves and just lead a pack of good musicians. You know what I mean? Don't ignore it because it's not popping. Like just be the A&R, but which is what's happening because like the internet, people with loads of followings now, people are now turning to them, whereas before people was turning to labels and whatnot. So people with a lot of followings can be like, yo, check this person out, check that out. So I feel like people with a lot of followings with power in the name, that they need to just, you know, get with it and be like, yo, push the good music out there. You know what I mean? What they don't realize is when you birth something, your name will live on for a very, very long time, rather than just backdooring them and trying to make yourself the front runner. You're still the front runner when you birth something. You get what I'm saying? Birth something meaning is in pushing the good musicians forward. You get what I mean?
So being an independent means that you get to dictate how actually I suppose yeah you are in terms of your branding and your kind of character. What is it, you know, what is it about your story that you feel like your kind of independent crowd, your follower, your user is actually connecting to? What's the quality about Wizzy Wow?
I don't know. I've been in the game a long time, man. Like over a decade, if not a decade. Um, and I've seen a lot of ups and downs. Like I've seen like people change for labels and for other people, or seeing people doing great in one field and trying to do as great as them, kind of thing, and not becoming so independent and not sticking to the actual script. You know what I mean? Before you start off, you gotta have a script. Like, yeah, boom, I'm gonna do this. Da, 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 da. Some people just drastically change their script. It works out for like 5 minutes, and then it goes down. But when it goes down, it goes bad, like to the point where they can't pick themselves up and they quit or start doing some dumb shit or some stuff like that. But so I've seen a lot of people fail that way, and so I just said to myself, do you know what? And my mum always tells me that this as well. She always said, like, just be patient. Like, the more you wait, the more you learn. The reason why you learn is because you see a lot of stuff. And when you see a lot of stuff and you take it in, you learn. Even when you fail, get back up and then learn from that. So now you know I can't fail again on that specific thing because I've already have failed and I know how it was building up and blah blah blah. So it's just like, so I just also have it in my head that sometimes to be patient, it's alright because you start learning more. When you're moving fast, you don't learn enough, and then you just, when you fall, you don't know how to get up because you haven't been patient enough to learn, you know, how to get back up. So
Do you think that, especially with the kind of music trends, do you think that a lot of young people or anyone really wanting to kind of make it in music, for instance, that they're not patient because they're looking at these big breaks and these breaks happening for people, and it all looks quite glittery and glossy and everything else, and then they kind of vanish, they're gone, you don't see these people again. And so how would you advise someone who's wanting to come in, or who's just sort of going through the slog of it and they've been in it for a number of years and they're just still waiting for a break? Does a break exist?
the big break does exist, but you shouldn't focus so much on the break. You should focus on you, focus on your craft, focus on bettering yourself, focus on building a great team. And when you think about something so much and it doesn't come, you start to get upset and depressed about it. But when you think about what's fun, which is creating music, making good music, and building a good team together, traveling together, the break just comes out of the blue. When you think about it so much, sometimes it just seems like it's taking so long because you got your mind set on it. You get what I mean? It's like when I go on holiday, the day before I'm going, like I'm constantly thinking about it, and then my day just gets so much longer. And I'm just like, right. But the minute I just start thinking about other stuff and I'm packing up and all that, next thing you know, I need to get ready within an hour. And I'm like, oh, snap. But it's because I wasn't thinking about it. That's why it came quick. So.
And is that your experience with, you know, music and arts and what you've created so far?
Yeah. So, yes, patience. Patience. Just thinking about what I need to think about. Some people get it twisted about want and need. So people want this, so they want to think about that constantly. But what do you need to think about? What you need to think about is yourself. You get what I'm saying? And getting yourself right, getting your surroundings right. That's what you need.
Break that down.
I don't know. For an example.
Yes. We want examples.
All right, cool. Let's just say all right. Let's just say there's an outfit. It cost about £4,000, right? So now you got £4,100. Yeah, you want this outfit. You want it so bad, but there's bits and bobs that can help you make more money, right? But you really want this outfit so bad. Everyone's swagging out, so you're saying, right, if I get this outfit, I'm gonna be ahead. Everyone's gonna wanna know me. But I have £100, but yes, another money's gonna come elsewhere. Or you can go through this route and make more money, but it may take long. It may take, like, let's just say, it may take 6 months, but you only need to put down £1,000 on that. But within 6 months, you're gonna make more money. That's what you need to do. Or you need to work on your music to get it popping. Make a video.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost £600.
I was just thinking, man, I'd buy some speakers,
Yeah.
and a new camera.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes what you want can overshadow what you need.
But what I don't understand is the mentality. Is someone really out there obsessing about spending 99.9% of their bank balance on an outfit?
There's people like that. That's the difference between want and need. You get what I'm saying? So it's just.
But did you always have?
I want a big mansion, but what I need to do is put in work to get that big mansion.
Why do you want a big mansion?
Because that's what I want. I want that big mansion. I want a studio in it. I want a painting room in it, like, and then rooms for my friends to live in, and then have another house where it's just completely mine and all that stuff. I want that stuff. You know what I mean? And I want to build my own. Like, I want to design it. Like, get in with the architecture and make like gadgets and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. But to get that, I need to work very hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's what I feel like. People are just want to take the shortcut. So.
And what's the typical day for Wizzy Wow?
Typical day. Well, I get up, pick up my phone, go on Instagram, all my socials and all that stuff. Get up, brush my teeth, food. I try and watch a series I hadn't watched before while I eat my food. And then I get to it, man. I look at my diary, see what I need to do, whether it's art or whether it's music. And then and then weekends I just do regular stuff, cinema, spend time with friends, and yeah.
And do you ever feel like you're short on time?
What do you mean?
Like, do you feel like you're running out of time? Like, you could do with more time? And if you had more time, what would you do with it?
I'd make more creative stuff.
Like,
I don't know, more paintings, more music. If I had a choice, I'd add a few more hours to the day.
who wouldn't, right?
Yeah. So yeah. When the thing about being a creative, when you get into whatever you're doing, it's just time just flies by, man. And so sometimes you just wish to yourself that you have more time to do.
There is a theory I've heard about this. You know that zone that you're in when you're just in the flow and like time's just gone, you have no concept of it? Okay, I'm probably not going to explain this properly because I've heard it from multiple people in different ways, but there's this theory that when you get into that zone where time does not exist, time does not become a factor at all. Like, it doesn't even become a worry anymore. But how can people get into that zone, and how difficult is it for people these days, because they're just not able to find an outlet, like you, for instance, or find their thing? Like, I think that's probably a bigger epidemic. That's a bigger problem. The fact that people can't actually find their zone and that zone.
I don't know. You just gotta find something that you love, and once you find something that you love, trust me, like, time don't exist. There's no time on it. It won't exist at all. So these people saying that they can't get in that zone, they don't know how to love it, or they don't love it, or they don't love it yet.
Or they haven't found their thing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And then all the boyfriends and girlfriends need to understand then that when their boyfriend or girlfriend's in the zone, they're not neglecting you. They're just in the zone, not thinking about anything else.
Oh yeah, I have problems with females and all that stuff. I'm misunderstood. Yeah.
This is where the violins come out. It's been a great conversation. The main thing that you have coming up is the new single with
Nux.
Yes.
Yeah, Nux. That's a banger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you hear that, best be bumping that shit loud.
What are you planning for it?
Right now the video is dropping soon. It's gonna be out on all platforms. I just want everyone to hear it, man. It's a summer vibe. It's the cool. I'm bringing the cool back because there's not so much cool going on right now. It's a lot of drill. There's a lot of Afro beats going on. Not to say that it's bad, but
This is the opinion I wanted. Go on.
no. It's not bad. It's all good, but I'm just bringing something different in the mix. I'm known for this. Every time people coming up to me saying, "Oh, be cool, be cool." So now I'm bringing the "Be Cool" of 2017, but in a different way, because this song is actually a freestyle. It ain't got no hook. He's just snapping on it on a cool beat, and he's a cool guy. So it's a summer anthem, man. So it's one of those ones. Just like, it's gonna be refreshing.
And your art, is there anywhere that you'll be exhibiting, and where can people find your pieces?
Like I'll always give my updates on my Instagram, so people could just go on there and I'll direct them to whatever's going on. Let them know and all that stuff. But I'm definitely planning a few more exhibitions, like art exhibitions.
Well, let LV-MAG know for sure. It's been a great conversation. I was going to say thanks, Wizzy Wow. How did you even get that name?
Well, started off with Young Wizard, And then I didn't really want to be called Young no more, so it was Wizard. And then just calling me Wizard was just long because it sounds long. And then people called me Wiz. And then people started calling me Wizzy. And then always had the wow factor, so there's a wow coming.
The cheese factor.
So yeah, that's how I got the name.
Well, you know what? Actually, that's quite a cool story. Especially, it's cool to have something about your brand and about who you're known as, you know, how you're known as an artist, kind of connected to your childhood.
Yeah.
It kind of takes a seriousness out.
Yeah. I'm not good with nicknames in it, so when everything pieced together, like it felt right. It was just like, yeah, it made sense. It's the real deal, innit? I just didn't sit here and make it up, innit? So there's a story behind the actual name. So I thought, yeah, I should keep the name, even though I feel like it's a bit corny sometimes. People just coming up to me like Wizzy Wow, like how you guys? Like, bro, please, man. So at least say Wizzy or Wiz.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling a little bit awkward saying. Thank you, Wizzy Wow.
Yeah, it's just like
I sound like I'm on Blue Pizza with some like new character. All right, Wiz.
Surname.
Yeah. What is your surname?
My actual surname
Yeah.
is Lohata. Yeah.
I'll stick to Wiz.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Wiz. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.